Okay, I'm kind of a bit amazed. It's 7:38, and I have been out. What was it? 2 hours now. To do these food deliveries. Had two. One of them was $6 and some change, and the other one was going to be $12 or something like that for just like 2 miles. You bet I took it and go to the place, and they say, and the woman tells me, I have to kind of pull it out of her. She was a young woman. She said that that's been canceled because something about the customer's card didn't work. And I mean, she wasn't making too much sense with all else that she said. And I said, so have several drivers been here to pick it up? You know, she didn't say that, but I asked her anyway. And she said, yeah, so I had to go cancel it. I got a big whopping $3 for that. You know how long it takes. They only allow you to do online chat. You can't actually speak to anybody here on that app. There's two of them like that. There's no such thing as a customer service. You get to speak to support, not customer service, but support for drivers. Nobody can speak to, which it wasn't that way on one of them prior, and I'd say it's a good thing. Seriously, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's all in text. And anyway, we have seen other people delivering, and now where I am now, they seem to be the same thing. Not gray sedans, but black. So black sedans. Adam's outside, and I'm worried he's gonna walk in front of me. He started to move, so that's why I paused. So, but anyway, this is ridiculous. I can't believe. I mean, kids are out for summer as of last week. Like I said, you know, I can come with all kinds of what it could be, but I don't know. You know, until I know, I don't know. But I'm getting very, very few orders, very few offers, even the bad ones. I'm not getting those on Saturday night. Like I said, well, now it's 7:41. Come on. This is unheard of since I've been working since July of last year. So, and by the way, where I am now, it's in a, you know, an area that it was always hopping. I mean, it was Friday, Saturday, real busy. I haven't been out here probably a couple weeks or so, but there's one restaurant I did not know it. We were using that restaurant to find out exactly which street it was on, and apparently 5 months ago, it's not one I've ever picked up from. There were always somebody going in and out of it, but it was closed, all this stuff. But we found out that it's been closed for 5 months, and the owner says that they weren't selling enough. You know, not enough people at the restaurant. Well, any place that we've been, what is going on here? But any place we've been to lately, there are no people in the restaurants. Who eats in the restaurants anymore? That's what we've noticed since, you know, since I started doing these deliveries. Who eats in restaurants anymore? Doesn't matter what time. During the day, sometimes you can see them, a few people, and they're usually elderly people. Like when my dad was alive, he wasn't elderly. He was just around my age right before he died. Let's say in his 50s. A lot of guys, friends, they went down to a cafe or something like that, and they would just sit there and, you know, talk about stuff. That was common, and that's what it seems like in places I've seen around here during the daytime, is that it's usually men, and they're just sitting there talking, having their coffee for breakfast or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can do any more. Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna add it to the one a video I just completed a little while ago. In the end of that video, I said I'm gonna go home and first stop off and get some chicken. Well, guess what I did? I went home and said, wow, I was supposed to go get some chicken. It's 3:56, and all I've had today for a meal was a salad. I'm diabetic. I take insulin. and regular medication. I should probably eat. My glucose is not all that low, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I should eat. Okay, why is this light not changing? Anyway, that might not prove it, huh? But I want to talk about this. Okay, you know, I always do a little bit of vlog. I've been doing videos for 10 years. It'll be 10 years in August. This is June 2nd, 2024. And my original channel was, of course, on something totally different. And I always, you know, when I started doing more of talking videos, whether it's about a serious subject or not, I make it a little bit of a vlog, you know, video blog. Yeah. And I told to myself that years ago that, you know, add a human to it, real life to it. So anyway, but what's really been on my mind, and I need to express some of these things more in all these videos I made about doing the food delivery, and I've gone plenty of times. Have I mentioned why I'm doing them for the health insurance, prove to the government that I can do it. I live in Texas, all that kind of stuff. But it's not about the money. Not about the money for me, it's about health. But that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is the ability to make that amount of money, because this is the only job I can do with my edema. How crazy is that, right? Because I can't work at a regular old job and say in an hour, oh, I need to go home because my feet are swollen and I need to elevate them, and no, you see? So I'm well aware of this, well aware of my other options, and no, this is what I'm going to have, what it came down to, what it boiled down to, believe me. Anyway, it's kind of fun, actually, and plus it gives me a lot to talk about. A lot of, can you believe this crap? But now, what I need to express more is that most of the situations, you know, deliveries, I do the food deliveries, I've done some that are shop, you know, you go shop and then you deliver and all that. But most of them have been fine. No problem. But the ones that I talk about, I use this as a pressure release valve, you know, I rant and vent. And so I'm going to talk about those that are bad, or those that are curious. Some of them were actually funny, or just, you know, whatever, but there was a story behind them. Those are the ones I'm going to talk about. But I do see I need to, you know, say more of, most of them are just go to the place, pick up the whatever and drop it off. That's it. No biggie. I gotta keep saying that. Anyway, I better remember where I'm going. Too many times people, they don't, that's a turn only, that lane right there. Too many times people just run it thinking it's okay, it's at a light, I'm gonna go. Anyway, so I was checking, but anyway, you know, so let me get back to this part. This part is that my big focus on all these, besides, you know, the ones I'm just venting about, but I talk about these people that have the gray four-door sedans that look worse for wear, or what is that the expression? They look pretty crappy. And they're the ones people are using to deliver, and I think it's a fleet, and I'm like almost 100% certain that it is that. I've seen many of them on the road, inside of the restaurant. I've seen one of them more than twice. I've seen plenty. Okay, what is this? Hopefully no nails. So the guy had the big truck behind me, was trying to dodge it. So messed up. But anyway, wow, $2.95 for gas. Yeah, right after Memorial Day. Okay, but what the thing I need to stress the most is that my concerns with all these, the jobs don't belong to anybody. Anybody who is, they're allowed to work in this country. Anybody, for whatever reason, these jobs aren't mine. These aren't yours. You know, unless you are the ones who own this app, they are not yours. And even then you got restrictions, you know. Okay, anyway, where was I? But yeah, you know, the whole thing that I'm talking about this is, can I compete and earn the money I need to earn to show to the government so I can get the affordable healthcare insurance. And that's really what it comes down to, why, I talk about these people, because when I started noticing, I wanted to know if it's going to be is it true? At first, of course, I just noticed and said, oh, that's interesting. And it develops, and it, over time, that I could see that this is an issue. This is an issue for me. Well, that's all crooked, isn't it? But it's an issue to, am I going to be able to? Because when I get these crap orders like $2 for 20 miles, or just not get any, now it's to the point I'm not getting any offers. Not any, but very, very few. I'm talking one, like today, 2. I had 2, and there were crap orders I would not take. Okay, I don't think anybody would, and that's why I'm getting them. You see? And that's an issue for me, and I have to try to figure out, it's been like the goalpost kept moving. Have you seen all these trees down and stuff? That's from that storm the other day. They're very busy. But anyway, trying to get them off the roads and all. But anyway, back to that, what does a person do? What I have to change, what I'm going to do, where I'm going to try. Like on a regular basis, I would love to, like when I first started off, I liked one area that was Murphy in Wiley, Texas. I liked that area. Things changed out there. Things changed everywhere in Collin County here. For me, for what I have seen, for my app, for my, whatever I have, this rating, that rating, all my ratings are good except for that acceptance rate. And that's because, like, when you send me something like $2 for 20 miles, I'm going to say no. And then if you try to send something like that again and again and again, yeah, it's gonna take my AR down. I'm not taking those. That's insanity. You see all of that, man, my goodness. Wow. But anyway, I know there's a big tree over here on this side, if you can see it. Yeah, that had a terrible, terrible storm, man. Wind speeds, the one I heard was the highest reported was 83 miles per hour. It could have been more after that. I don't know. But anyway. So I don't know. I wanted to try one place today, and then they have this on the weather. The weather is a big issue for me. Weather is a really big issue for me. And because where I live, and you see how deep, you might be able to see on this side how deep, like this place has a rail. At least it has that. And then this. If you can see how deep that is down there, most of them don't. Most of them I've seen, and I've seen plenty, they don't have anything that stops you. Like right here, if you slide all over the road and you go fall down your vehicle, goes off the road, game over. To me, that's how I see it. And those are deep. I mean, they're steep from, if you're down there, oh my gosh. But anyway, so I've got to figure what else can I do. I can't sit at home and work. I can't work from home would not be any difference because I still have to sit at a computer, or whatever, and I wouldn't be lying down and elevating my legs. And there's only, I need more instruction on how to do that. Wait, instruction? I didn't get any. I'm serious. I would have the worst luck if I believed in that. If I believed in luck, I have the worst luck finding a healthcare professional. Health, can't really call it that if they don't tell the care, where's that? And professional, throwing temper tantrums, doctors throwing temper tantrums because they really don't want to deal with somebody with me. This at least what they put off to me. They don't want to deal with somebody with a rare health condition because, as the last one that said, I only saw her that one time through a major temper tantrum. She said it makes it so much difficult for her. That tells the whole story, doesn't it? Well, besides that she threw a temper tantrum. Yeah. So, and when I had called before and grilled them, questioned them about her staff. I said, oh, no, she's very understanding. She knows this. She knows. Bull. Not a fool. So anyway, so that kind of wraps some of this stuff up. You know, some of it it's usually all mixed up in the video about why I'm doing this, what's going on, you know, this kind of stuff, and what I'm facing. What I'm facing is I go in some days, day after day sometimes, and I sit out there and nothing, and trying to do it at home because it switches. I think that, you know, from the Wi-Fi at home and then to I have the whatever it is, go squirrely. But I think it drops it. Well, it did on one of them, and I don't use that one anymore. I think that it may do it on both. I don't know. I'm getting ready to test it. Okay. Hey everybody, I have a question. Just what is it like where you live, or what you use, or whatever, for Wi-Fi? Here, I'm asking this because, like, I want to start again, I guess, start doing the food deliveries from my home, and accepting them, not delivering from mine. I mean, you know what I mean. It sounded funny, but you know, going through, instead of driving to someplace, sitting there, waiting to see if they're going to give me any good offers, I want to be at home and do the same thing. And then once I get the offers, I leave for my house. Well, the thing about it is, the way it works is, here at least, I don't know about there, but here I started on my home Wi-Fi, and then as soon as I leave, it switches to mobile Wi-Fi. And I'm curious if that switch like that will make, you know, the service, the food delivery service itself, you know, from the app or whatever, give it for it to give me an attitude, basically, you know, and say, nope, you lost it, you know, you lost the, you know, or if it changes the IP address, or what could happen that it would take that offer back away from me, because I used to have that happen, but I didn't do it from, you know, I didn't accept offers from home, but just out, and then all of a sudden the offers were gone, and I called them more than once. I think the last 2 times it did, and I called them and I said, look, because they sent me something that said, you know, that was negative about that. You know, they sent me some kind of, as one of them said, it was a learning opportunity, something like that. Not your usual thing that people say. But anyway, and I let them know I did not cancel it. So, but basically, it was telling me that whatever they sent, it was as though they thought I canceled it. And the last 2 times I called them, they said, no, you canceled it. I said, no, I didn't. And then I got it in writing, you know, the text. I texted them saying, no, I did not cancel it. So there's some kind of glitch in their system, is what I told them. And then I called one number, and a woman answered, and she says, I'm going to make sure, you know, that I get that to the correct place, and that they will do something. Now, she seemed like she was, English was her first language, and I don't know if I just wasn't making sense. You know, a lot of people don't understand my Texan accent, and you know, in some respects, it's what age group you're from. Just for some, you know, the way that they used it, you know, different phrases, the meaning behind the words and all that switches over time. So pretty fast too, because I'm sorry, sick still means sick. Well, which one? Which sick? See what I'm saying? Good or bad? But anyway.
Okay, but anyway, I do wonder if where you are, wherever you do these deliveries, will that happen if you try from home? And see, I did last year when I first started in July. I tried a few times from home, but for some reason, I don't know, I didn't ever accept any or something, or I don't remember. I logged off or something, I don't know. But I do remember one time getting a notification saying that I'm not in the right area to do these deliveries, and it wasn't that one that you might be thinking, the one that seems everybody talks about and everybody seems to hate it. Okay, I had to cut that out of there. That was some kids walking around the street. I haven't yet started to remember that they're out of school since Friday, so I'm going to see that quite a bit. Kids walking around or on their bicycles or, whatever. I mean, I'm talking like walking from stores and such. They'll come all the way out here to go to some of the, speaking of, there's two kids right next to me on bicycles. But they'll come way far out here to go get tacos or whatever around, and it's not close. It's probably, I don't know, at least a mile. And I know some people say that's close, but they were walking from the high school to there. When I was a kid, we used to do stuff like that, but that's just your lunch break. Unless they're kids that have a lunch break, and then, well, it would only be a lunch break, right? It's been a long while since I was in high school. That was a long time ago, long.